Hello and welcome back to another episode of my football mentor save with Alexico Madrid. As you may already have noticed, we have dropped a bit in the league down to third place, and that is even though we have beaten both Real Madrid and Barcelona. We ended the last episode after this loss to Chelsea in the Champions League. Um, and then we after that game we draw a game 0-0 to Valencia away from home. Very unlucky not to get points from that game. Then we won 2-1 against Barcelona with goals from Bona Deloney from Brighton and Xavi Simons with the goals. Then we won 7-2 in the Champions League. Absolutely domination there. Then we won 3-0 against Sevilla in the La Liga, but then we lost 1-0 to Real Sociedad and then 2-0 to Juventus in the Champions League. Two games without scoring there, but then we are back to winning race with a 4-1 victory against Real Vallecano, where Gyökeres finally found his goal scoring form again. Um, this episode we are playing Espanyol at home, and then Manchester City at home in the Champions League group stage. Um, take a look at the competitions. As I said before, we are currently in third place in the La Liga, but we do have quite a big point gap down to fourth place. So it's all right, and we still have the opportunity to catch up to Barcelona and Real Madrid, as we know we are capable of, beating those two teams head to head. So I'm hopeful. Hopefully, we can still catch up and win that La Liga season. Um, if we look at the Champions League stage, we have just dropped out the top eight. Um, but I really do think we can manage to jump back in again with a victory against Manchester City, but that will be hard. They are a very good team, as we know. They have Erling Haaland, um, probably the best player in the game. Um, so that will be difficult. But if we take a look at our schedule, the last two Champions League games are against Red Bull Salzburg and Club Brugge. So I think we'll have 6 points there, at least, probably, I guess. Um, Yeah, with all that said, I think we should jump straight into the first game of today's episode, a game against Espanyol, and we are lining up a usual formation. I will say we are playing with Gyökeres up front with Samuel Lino, Buonanotte on the right wing, Simon Selinski and Mattel. Lorente is out with a suspension for today's game, so fortunately not available. In our backline, Patrick Dogu, Badashvili, Yodo, and Molina starts with attacking goal. Uh, Badashvili has really run like second spot in our backline instead of Jimenez, and that is mostly because as he got an injury at some point, and I just decided to play Badashvili really well in a partnership. So I don't want to change that too much. Yeah, we are ready for the first game of episode. Hopefully, we can continue the winning form. That is just one well, but I can but should get another 3 points here to keep track of the two giants in the league. I will encourage the boys here, and obviously the fact that we are at home is very good. Yeah, big boost for the boys to really show the world what we got, but far as go right now, we are not creating that many chances. I don't know. They're still sleeping. Um, happening. Here comes Xavi Simons, and Monitor is very close to getting his goal there. Samuel Lino, Marcel Zielinski, Bonotta. Once again, he is quite energetic there in the midfield area, and we have another spilled chance. Um, they want to get that goal halftime, and we get it there. Eric Martel is getting his first goal of this season. To be fair, he hasn't played that much either. Holland has really been playing a lot in that defensive midfield position. Um, but he shows that he is still very much a good player and wants to be a part of this team. They're close. Great free kick from Zelensky there. And we get a second goal. One thing I have noticed is that we are really good at corner kicks. We are scoring a lot of goals from the corner kicks. Yoro and Balash will hitting them in. I think Mason, I don't think Mason comes. Also, I think that's it. Uh, That's fine. I really want have Gurkha scoring a goal because he's not in a goal scoring form at the moment, which is quite a concern. If you ask me, they're close to scoring on a corner again, and fortunately, we are somehow not as really back. Espanyol are yet to have a single shot in this game here. Tells us how good backline is. Samuel moves forward and Xavi Simons. It's a huge chance there. Unfortunately, um, are not scoring any. So, guys, if you have any recommendations on how Gyökeres can score more goals in this position, I will be happy to listen. He is the goals hasn't really been coming this season. That is quite annoying. But now I'm trying to play myself advance forward for the last 30 minutes. Maybe it will do something as Euro scores a goal here from a corner kick. And as I told you guys, we are very great at corner kick. I think we should probably rest some players here for the Champions fixture. Um, the idea of that's all substitute have it is. To move forward here. Zelensky has the ball, plays it in, and Samuel Lino gets the goal. And the players are really gaining confidence before the big Champions League game against Real Madrid in the days. So that is nice to see. Here we have Mason Greenwood moving forward, and that is a penalty. And of course, in the moment that I saw Gyökeres off because he really need penalty goal to get some confidence. Zielinski gets the goal though, and that is great for him. And we are now leading 4-0 against Espanyol, Catalan team. Patrick Dogo moves in. Samuel Madorian should have scored a goal there. I have talked to him in privately, saying to him that he needs to step up his game. He has been awful every time he has been stopped or played a game for us this season. So I'm very unhappy with him. Maybe I will loan him out once again. Just bring in, I don't know, some old guy that can be a impact sub instead of Gyökeres. We will see what I will do in the winter transfer window in another episode. Here we have Espanyol trying to get a consolation goal before the game ends. Hopefully, we can manage to keep a clean sheet. Ryan Gill moves forward here. Xavi Simons. And it is out for a throw in. And the game is over. We get a 4-0 victory. Very nice. A good win for the boys here. And we now have the confidence needed to put on a show against Manchester City in the Champions League. And I don't want to waste any time, so let's move the Manchester City game straight away. And we are ready for the Champions League game against Manchester City. The big game that we are looking forward to in this episode. Um, Unfortunately, Samuel Lino picked up an injury, so he will not be available for today's game against Manchester City. So Brian Gill comes in to replace him. He is obviously not the same quality as Samuel Lino, but he is all right, scoring one goal in 13 appearances so far this season. So Hopefully, he will step up his game against Manchester City here. But I am quite hopeful. Also, Jan Corito, he approached me and told me that he wanted to uh, leave the club. Um, so that's quite unfortunately. I don't know why he wants to leave the club, but well, feel free to do so. I don't want players that don't want to play for Atletico Madrid at the club, and we do have Molina, so I actually think I will start him. Um, so let's jump straight into today's game, and hopefully you will get a result. I could see there that Patrick Dorgu was a little bit concerned about Haaland's physique. Um, see if can deliver anyways. We are starting out quite nicely here. We are dominating, but we are having the higher XG. Nice to see. Can we get an early goal? Lorenzo close there, back from his suspension. Here. Jack Grealish still playing in Manchester City. In real life, he plays for Everton, as you may know. Um, yeah, that's how it is. Let's encourage the boys. They are playing with a guy called Gray in midfield. Archie Gray, Tottenham play in live. What else do they have? Because Lewis, I know that guy. Diaz Diouf doesn't really tell me anything. Doesn't even have a picture in the game. They bought him from Slavia Prague for now playing regularly for Manchester City, and they have Didrik, a Bosnian wingback, um, bought for 36 Salzburg. Um, doesn't look like the strongest backline ever, I would say. Hopefully, we can get a goal against that backline. That will be bare minimum, I guess. And here we are close to scoring another corner kick. But unfortunately, we do not. Mason Greenwood here, old Manchester United player, is not doing anything of harm against his former rivals. I'm saying to the team that if we can get a goal, we are favored to win the game, and I basically agree with that. Um, is tired now, so Jan Corito will come in. Club. Um, how do I draw leagues? We have some go goes there. So many highlights right now, so I can't even check how it affects the league table. A draw for us here. Simmons move forward. Mason Greenwood, Stinsky, Brian Gill. That would have been amazing. But we will stay in eighth place as it looks like right now. Know if I trust that, but we'll see after the game if we get a draw. Um, a lot of tired players now, so we are doing the magic move, as you may know, changing to 4-2-3-1 formation. So we see dying tiredness out there, so our youngster comes in. Patrick Dogu is tired. Zielinski is tired as well, so Gallagher comes in. Not playing that much normally, so I think that's okay that he get a bit of playing time. As we get a highlight straight away, Mason Greenwood hits the post. That is so unfortunate. Put that away. City with a highlight now. And Kyle Walker gets his first goal of the season. Quite don't think it's deserved, to be honest. You can see here that we are having the higher XG and we are also having the possession. So that is quite annoying. Do we go for it? Attacking in the last few minutes. No, Yanguito. How many times have we hit the post in this? Quite not funny. It's just like say about it. Guganes gets the goal though. Very nice. back to scoring from we could issue. Do we keep it on attacking? I think we do. Um, Saki Branchiel, can we get a second goal? Krupi, the youngster, puts it in, lose the ball, and now it's on a counter attack. Do the former Atletico Madrid player. Also, that's good for us. Win the ball higher up here. Mason Greenwood doing wonders, and two times he hits the post there. I've never seen that before. How unlucky can we actually be? Um, I don't know. We will sub on Umadorian for the last 5 minutes. Maybe he can do something. I have no idea. But it looks like a draw, unfortunately, and it is a draw. Get a 1-1 against Manchester City. Um, but I do think these kind of games shows us that we are capable of beating teams in a potential knockout game. So that is the most important thing to bring from these games because we are going to qualify for knockout games in the Champions basically no matter what happens now. So we have two easy games to finish off. Hopefully, I will get into that top eight to skip one round. That would be really good, so I could focus on the Spanish competitions in the meanwhile. But yeah, I think that is where I want to end today's episode. Oh, actually, Barcelona and Real Madrid played the El Clasico, and they got a 0-0, or they played a 0-0 game. Um, so that is good for us. All right, but they played 0-0 in the La Liga, and that means that we are now um in second place in the league over Barcelona based on head-to-head performance and only 3 points behind Real Madrid. Um, so a lot of things can happen in the Liga. So make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next.